rhythm of a road trip is always tough. What does it say about this group that you guys were able to come out and defend with such a purpose tonight?
I think it just showed our mental fortitude and, what we, stuck our mind to, and I think the biggest thing is we sustained that throughout the game, had a little bit of a lapse, but we responded well. And, now we got to go ahead, head home and do it against a really good team in Brooklyn. So I think it was good tonight, and we'll go ahead and get ready for Brooklyn.
Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
Don, how badly were you wanting for Rudy to get that 10th block?
Man, I thought he had it on the last one. I didn't realize he had 9 until we were talking about it on the bench. But he's been phenomenal on the defensive end, going out there challenging shots. They kept trying to attack him. I don't know why. I wouldn't. I just shoot a pull up or something. I don't know why guys continuously do that, but it helps us because he's out there just being an animal on the perimeter, in the mid range, at the rim. So it helps us and it allows us to be more aggressive. And I think he's starting to really go out there and just prove himself every night, and without really saying much.
Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
Don, other than the Bulls just consistently challenging Rudy for whatever reason, what was different about the defensive performance tonight that maybe hasn't been there in the previous stretch?
I think the biggest thing was just the communication, the effort from start to finish. And it hasn't been just the Bulls. I look at the Bulls tried it. I think the Raptors kind of did as well. Then they got away from it. Who we played for that? The Wizards. And we've kind of put too much pressure on him back there, him and Fave back there. So for us to guard and keep our man in front allows him to have a 9-block game. As opposed to whether it's Westbrook getting in the paint and finishing, guys feeling comfortable finishing in the paint. You're seeing what our defense is supposed to look like, and then he comes from the help side and blocks shots. I think that's really what allowed us as a whole, I should say, to go out there and guard and then get out in transition.
Ben Anderson, KSL Sports.
Donovan, what felt different about the start of this game that kind of hadn't been there so far on this trip?
Just the energy, the effort, and just going out there and the focus. I think you look at Washington and then you look at this game, it's just polar opposites. Washington, they were the aggressor. They came out and punch first. And I think this game was more like, let's just go out there and just play hard. It's easy to kind of say, all right, we've been on the road for, 10, 11 days, something like that. It's easy to kind of say, just ease our way into this game. And I don't think we did that. And I think we did a good job of that. And now we got to continue to go ahead and do that throughout the rest of the season. And, it starts with our homestand coming back up.
David James, KUTV.
You referenced Brooklyn a little bit. Looking forward, be a chance to get a 3-game win streak for the first time in a while. Do these New York teams mean a little more to you, not only because Brooklyn is good, but, a lot of people are watching you back home?
Me personally, or are you talking about the team?
You personally.
It's always fun, going against teams that, you grew up watching, grew up going to games. I think it's, some of the guys on the staff, so I think it's definitely, fun. I think it definitely brings out more excitement, but, my friends are constantly talking trash. I think that's what makes it fun too. But, just going out there and just doing everything we've been doing as a whole, as myself, and, not really letting the playing in front of friends concept kind of get to my head and kind of you lose sight of what the task at hand. So kind of just focusing in, obviously Kyrie's out, KD's out, but they still got an MVP over there and James Harden. They got Joe Harris. They got Blake. They got a bunch of guys. Bruce Brown's a hell of a defender. So we just got to go out there and be ready because, with those guys being out, that's more shots coming from different areas. And we got to be ready to cover them.
Last question, follow-up from Kristen Kenny.
Speaking of coming home, over the last 30 days, you guys have just had one home game. So what are you looking forward to most? Yeah, isn't that crazy? Did you realize that?
No, I mean, I understand why I feel like I've been in a hotel room since. I understand now. I guess it's real. It wasn't just me feeling that way. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but just what are you looking forward to most about coming home for this homestand?
Sleeping in my bed, driving in my car, To be honest, like just the little things, you appreciate them when you're on the road and then can't really leave the hotel room. Being able just to leave my house and drive somewhere and just, that's very underrated after you've been on the road this long. But on a serious note, like getting home, playing in front of the home crowd, it's gonna be loud, it's gonna be fun. You miss that energy, when you're playing in certain arenas that don't have fans. I think that's huge. And for the biggest thing is just to start off the right way. It's gonna be different with altitude. We haven't been back home in a while, but we go out there, get our win and get going.
Well, we've missed you, Don.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Donovan.
Thank you.